Here we go. Forgot I started the show.
I was about to say, like, hello. Waiting on you.
Oh, goodness. Hey, what's going on, world? It's your girl, Shy, and welcome back to the CheyTea podcast.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Let's get it. Happy New Year. Hey, hey, hey.
Big money.
Big
Big
blessings.
Big
God.
richness.
Hey,
Big
hey.
God.
Big
G-O-D.
health.
Hey,
Hey,
hey. Whoa, I like that.
hey,
I like
hey,
big health. Yeah,
hey, come
Health
on.
and prosperity. Amen.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the CheyTea podcast. I'm your host, Cheyenne Shantae.
And it is your girl, Eleonora. You already know the vibes. Say, you gotta let people that know.
And we are the host of the CheyTea podcast.
Big purr.
Yes, we are outside. This is the official episode of 2023.
Gang, gang. You already know.
I can't believe it's 2023.
Nah, brother, I can't even believe in that. Jeez.
Like, how did we get here?
Bro, I just graduated high school, I feel like.
No, but facts.
I was talking to some guy. Wow, take number 2. I was talking to my friend, and I was just saying, oh, like, I graduated high school in, like, 2013. He's like, you know, that was, like, 10 years ago? I was like, excuse me?
It's gross.
That's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
That just means I'm getting older. But, you know?
It's no bueno.
Hot gal. See him later.
Hot gals.
See like a...
Hey.
Hey.
Well,
The antics have not stopped, as you can see.
Clearly. Yeah, we're back. How was your holiday break? Spirit.
Not long enough, baby. Not long enough. But, you know, it was good. You know, same thing I did last year for New Year's. The same thing I did this year. So it was big head gal. But it was fine. Because last year was a good year.
Why do I have to be a big head gal?
Because your head big. But, you know, but last year was a good year. So, you know, same vibes. You know, so I ain't mad at it.
That's crazy. This girl said big head gal. No problem.
Shout out to Good Body Tanisha Lashavai Tani because she made the charcuterie board and it was giving. And the bruschetta
listen, the
listen,
bruschetta almost took my man.
I don't even like tomatoes like that. But let me tell you something. The bruschetta was bruschettaing.
Listen, the way how my boyfriend was behaving, I was like, you're acting like I don't feed you at home. Like,
You don't make the bruschetta though.
Yeah, I need to start.
And you'd think that like bread and tomato would be like can't be that complicated. Nah, like that bruschetta was.
No, it was
delicious.
Banging.
So shout out to her. Yeah, 'cause she hosted the New Year's Eve for us, and you know, vibes are vibing.
Yeah,
it was good.
My break was short. I gotta go back to teaching next week, and I really enjoyed the night off. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. And now that like the weekend, not nights. Oh my gosh, the evenings off. Same thing. Evening nights. I really enjoyed it. And the fact that now like I don't have that, I'm very upset.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's competition season just now, so.
I know. And then before you know it, it's gonna be June, and then I'm gonna be done teaching for the summer. So
Which don't last long anyways.
I know. It's like, I don't know if it's because we're getting older, but time is just moving a little too fast.
I think just certain months go by fast, in my opinion.
I feel like I was in
2022 went by that was a breeze. Like,
I feel like I was just in Mexico last February, and now it's February next month. And
Brother, I feel like we were just at the Chris Brown concert, and I feel like that just happened.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like time just went.
Yeah.
Blink your eye and it gone.
Did you get any gifts?
Yeah, like a 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, my mom and my sister got me, you know, the Starbucks gift cards because you know I live there. My mom got me a little perfume and everything there. I'm a bigger man. I don't really get like gifts like that, or I don't ask for gifts. Just pay a little bill for me, please. Thanks.
Just give me a little money.
Yeah, give me a little money, a little gift card.
Transfer.
Oh, and my bestie also gave me a Starbucks gift card, and she gave me a perfume that I wanted and a Starbucks cup. So like, I mean, I was very happy.
Mm-hmm.
So you know.
Yeah, we don't exchange
I don't really do
gifts. Yeah, my boyfriend and I don't exchange gifts because it's like, yo, everything's way too close. Like,
Honestly, but we don't. Well, we don't really give each other gifts because you just buy me stuff all year round.
yeah, that's gonna stop
It shouldn't. Why you gotta do that?
because
Why? One time she bought me Crocs for no reason, and I was like, "Wow, this is love."
yeah. No. I was.
Don't worry, friends. It's not gonna stop. She's lying. It's okay.
It's having a little sister, a little sibling. You just tend to just always.
What can I say?
Oh my gosh. But back to me.
Anyways.
Yeah, I didn't really like get any. We don't exchange gifts. Like my boyfriend and I were pretty much. Christmas is very just quiet. It's for the kids. It's for like our nephews and nieces and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, and it's way too close. Like his birthday is in November, and then it's Christmas, and then my birthday's in February, and then Valentine's Day, and then our anniversary is in March. So I was like, no, we're okay.
I mean, like, unless like you ask for something or like you want something.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the only thing. But I mean, if I want something, I'll wait till my birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be like, hey, like, this is what I'm kind of eyeing.
Yeah, 'cause Christmas is Christmas.
Yeah, and like Christmas is just more so like to spend time with each other. And then like, I gave him a little small Christmas gift because the last couple of months I was being a little bit of pain in the butt. So so I decided I was like, let me just get him something small. So I shut up. So I just got him something small, and yeah, like it was nothing.
Christmas
too
is
serious.
to count. Well, you count your blessings every day, but Christmas, count your blessings, meet people who love you, and call it a day.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's a Christmas wrap up. New Year wrap up. We were together, like she said. And yeah. Anything else? No, not really.
Not really. That was, girl. New Year's went by, and I was in my bed by like 1:45.
Yo, I'll never understand why people go out on New Year's.
Listen, like why? Like, not to say that like you can't, but like I need somebody to let me know like why do you go out for New Year's? Like why do you think okay, let me be in this function? I should be in this club or I should be at this party.
Everything
like, what's the point?
is overpriced.
And then like you're drinking like Ubers are like $1,200.
Everything. What did I just say? Everything is it's quadruple the amount
because it's
to
New
go
Year's.
outside just because it's New Year's.
And like everything's just busy and they're just people.
Nah, man. I don't. And then on top of that, like I don't know. I'm very big on just like the people that you surround yourself with is what your year will look like. The energy that you surround yourself with is what your year will look like. So I don't want to be in a club with a bunch of random people
that I don't know
and like a couple of my dogs and then like a random set of people. I would rather be in like go over to a friend's house. People come here. I'd rather be in like
even if there was like 20 people at like my friend's group. Like,
yeah,
that's fine. Those
like
are like 20 people that I know.
A safe environment because on New Year's people just like to act stupid, especially on New Year's. So I would rather just be home. It's safe. It's cozy, and it's just that feeling, that energy. I can manifest that feeling and
good
energy
vibes.
And that good vibe for my new year, for my year.
Yeah.
And how I start the year is how I want to end the year. And that's literally how it was. Last New Year's, I was with the same people.
Literally.
My good friend, Lashed Out by Tani, and my sister and my man. And like this year, it's the same thing. We're just like, we're just all getting bigger and bigger. And I hope.
And we don't even plan this. It just happened.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, what are you doing? Nothing? Okay, come over. And it's like, just that environment. So I feel like the way you start your year with the people that you surround yourself with
the rest of your year.
Yeah, it's going to set the tone for the rest of the year. So what are some things that we're leaving in 2022?
Brenda, let me tell you something. And this is for all my gal dem, and man dem if you want. The man clown days is done, okay? If it's not rose petals and Holt Renview bags on the bed and the balloons, I don't want it.
Y'all are funny. I don't even
Just
get that in my 5+ year relationship.
Did you ask for it?
No, because that's not my vibe.
Okay, well, it's mine. So
I don't want no damn balloons.
I want the rose petals and the balloons and the. You don't have to do like 5 Holt Renview bags. You put like 1. I don't even know if I'm saying the place right, but you ain't know them way there. You can put like 1. And I'm fine. You cannot even put that little Urban Planet bag on the bed. Out of business. Give me something. Like,
Nah, dog. No.
I'm kidding, but like, you
Get
know,
me an essentials tracksuit or
yeah,
something.
or even put me like a Lululemon, like a tights on the bed with like a
you
sports
are
bra. You know what I'm
not putting
saying?
an Urban Planet bag
I
on
was
the bed.
joking.
I will kick you so hard.
Put like a Lululemon tights and like a sports bra on the bed.
Or at least get like a birthday bag or a
little
cute
birthday
bag with
you
the
know what
Urban
I'm saying?
Planet stuff.
Yeah, with the Urban Planet, so nobody else knows but me. But you know, like, I'm just saying, like, we need to leave those. Like, I know,
funny.
like, it's repetitive and like we always talk about this stuff, but like, we need to leave these like not like these men who aren't doing anything for you in the past.
Yep.
Stop. Leave the bare minimum, brother.
Yeah.
Leave the bare minimum, friends. Just a
Mhm.
quick little PSA. Leave it, because when they're doing the bare minimum, no, ma'am, no, we don't need to do that. Because at this point, there's absolutely no excuse. It's either you're here or you're not. There's no, oh, I was busy. Busy doing what? Because everybody's on their phones, scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, if you still use that damn app, and Snapchat. You're always on your phone. Leave the bare minimum, friends. So if it's not the rose petals in the hotel rooms and the post on Instagram, leave them on the roadside.
Honestly, I think what we need to leave in 2022 is just the immature behaviors, like immature thought processing, immature mindsets. I just don't want it around me. Like, I feel like a lot of times, people will do things or say things for clout, for the moment, for something to go viral.
But like, you're not even getting a check for that. So what's the point?
But that's my thing. It's like it's like you're like the need for attention. We need to leave in 2022.
Yes, we do. Most definitely.
That desire to just get and seek any type of
quick moment.
Yeah, quick moment attention, whether it's good, whether it's bad. That hunger for that, leave it in 2022. We don't need to change ourselves or to fit the narrative
or fake a funk.
Or to fake the environment to make it seem like you are something you are not, or your surroundings is something that is not what it actually is. We don't need this make-believe imaginary lifestyle anymore. This soft lifestyle, this lifestyle, this $500 dates, $200 dates, all of these expectations.
Basically what she's saying,
viral moments, just leave it.
Stop coming to the club, drip down in a designer head to toe and popping bottles you can't afford because you can't afford to pay your rent and you're sleeping on an air mattress.
I mean, I didn't mean it like that, but sure.
I mean, that's basically what it's giving at this point.
I don't want to sound
like, I'm not sounding like a hater, but like, I'm just like, we need to be released from the shackles of this embarrassment.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just, I don't know. At some point, I just feel like we all gotta grow up. Like, at some point, we just gotta grow up. Like, we can't just have this mentality where it gots to be flashy, gotta do it for the gram, gotta get this. Like, everybody gotta be an influencer. Everybody gotta do
more time.
Just leave it. Like,
not everybody can be an entrepreneur, friends.
Like, I forget our job.
One more time for the people in the back.
I forget our job.
Please, on tongues. Like, not everybody can be an entrepreneur, and I don't say that in a disrespectful way. Dear. But I feel like this fast money, everybody can do it. No.
Yeah, please. And please, send me a DM. Do you want to join, start a business, online business? Please, leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I don't want to start an online business with you. I don't want to turn my this into 5,000. I don't want to
turn my $10 into 5 bags.
I don't want to be in crypto. I don't want to be ahead of the future. I don't want it. Okay. Leave me alone.
And I don't say that to knock anybody's hustle who is doing that, but not everything is made for you. And I feel like that's something we need to start understanding.
It sounds like hate, but it's
not.
It's not, but it is, but it's not. Like, it's not, but it is, but it's not. That's the best thing I can say. It's like, it sounds like
really,
hate.
because not everything is for you.
No, it's not everything is for you.
And we all can't be doing the same thing.
Right. But I just think that, like, we all got to hustle, which is great. Yeah. I love that. But it's like, now I want us to see different things. I want us to think of of being more of like Black owners, of like all Black owned or Black real estate agents, or like supporting Black owned businesses, like supporting that instead of like convincing me to get a team and join an MLM or to do something stupid. Like, I just don't have time for that. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to make money off of monetize my
Instagram.
My Instagram. Instagram don't pay you out in Canada. So what are we monetizing it for?
They don't pay us on TikTok.
They don't pay us anywhere. You get paid by ads, by brand deals and brand shit. Like, what do you call them?
Yeah, brand deals.
Yeah, like brand deals, right? Yeah. I'm saying the right thing? Okay,
good.
Yeah, the brand deals. Like, that's where you get your money from. And like, I even like looking at it into like the podcast and just paying attention to what we need and like making this bigger and just being smarter and monetizing my YouTube and like, like different things where it can get your voice to be heard if I promoting something
and being original,
right? I don't want to sell something to you. I just want you to want to listen to what I'm putting out there, or I want you to watch me dance, or like I want you to watch my choreography, like that.
I want you to have a reason to come and talk to me.
Yeah, I don't
not
want
just because I have a big following.
Yeah,
and I'm a pretty face, which is granted if that's how you're living. Yes,
just have some substance behind it.
Yeah, like do something for a purpose, not just for a check.
Yeah. I feel like that and the whole like, I never understood the cutoff people in 2020, the 2023 or the next year. If you don't
like
hear from me and in 2020,
why are we waiting?
Yeah,
to the new
like
year to
why
cut
am I
off?
waiting to cut you off? Like if there's something that's off about you and I don't like you or I don't want you, why am I waiting? Now? Why can't I just cut you off now?
Why do I gotta wait 11 months? 12 months?
Like, for real, what am I waiting for?
I don't honestly these new trends like this. These new trends, these new year, new me's and all this stuff. Like, no.
That's always been a trend.
Like, it's always been a trend.
It's always been a thing. But I just never understood why if you don't hear from me, then I'm cutting you off next. Like,
why you have to announce that?
Yeah, just don't talk to the person.
Just don't do it.
Like, just don't talk to them. You don't have to announce anything. You can just not talk to said person who is upsetting you in any way.
Facts.
You can just move on. Like, I don't have to wait till December 31st to say I don't want to talk to you. Yeah. Like, I don't have to wait till January 1st. Like, I'll just not talk to you from October 1st if that's how I felt. Like, what? Like, or like I mean, if you're saying, yo, I have a habit, I need to change my habit. I want to manifest something. I want to make something. I want
to start a new habit.
Yeah, I want to start taking classes, or I want to start, learning how to cook, or I want to like get into a healthy routine, or I want to be financially stable, or I want to save a certain amount of money, or I want to travel. Like, something like that is different versus like, oh, new year, new me. If I don't talk to you, if you don't see me in this year, then like, no, that just sounds childish and stupid.
It's just don't talk to me.
Just don't be my friend.
Yeah, and that's okay.
I don't need to cut out anybody in any year. I haven't had to do that in a really long time because all the people. Okay.
I'm talking. No, I'm not. What? No, that was a jab at you.
No,
I'm just saying. Like,
you see how that sounds like a jab at me though?
Not necessarily.
Okay, no problem.
But not at you. I'm just saying, thank God, like,
Yeah, I haven't had to cut off anybody. I've had the same circle of friends.
If you
now.
gotta keep doing that, sometimes it might not be the people. It might be you.
No, it is a you problem. 100%.
Like, I never believed that, like, people are like, oh, like, I'm cutting off so and so. If I feel that you have to cut off a bag of people, I'm gonna start thinking that you're the problem.
You are. It's a simple, like, it's like funny, ha ha ha, but like, seriously, I had to realize that was a problem.
Yeah, because of what you're attracting.
Because of what I was attracting. And then I told myself, like, yo, I don't want to have anything like that. And as soon as I stopped attracting nonsense, I attracted good things. I attracted good vibrations, good people, good spirits, healthy lifestyle, and like cleaner environment, like just feeling better about myself and in my skin and loving me. Like, it's all about who I surrounded myself with. And some of these people I've been friends with for years, I just never really like.
And sometimes that
paid
also
attention.
Just means that like rebuilding old friendships and like starting anew and starting fresh. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to find a whole new friend. That just means you can be rebuilding old relationships. And like I also believe like your space and like where you live, whether like even if you live at home or wherever you're living, like your space, I feel like defines like how your brain is set up and how your brain feels. I saw something on TikTok that was like your room is like how like your head is, and I was like, wait a minute, there's chaos going on in my room. I need to clear it, and I feel like a lot better. Like when my space is clean, my mind feels a little bit more like okay.
Yeah, you just want to practice that. Like even with our setup, if you haven't noticed, we have a new setup, by the way.
Yeah, look at 1, 2, 3, 4.
We just added a few little things. I looked in here and I'm just like, yo, I'm just giving the bare minimum. I don't like it. So I went on Amazon. I got little 1, 2 pictures up here. Got went to Home Sense. Got a little pillow right here. You know very soft, by the way.
Yeah. And so like that's prime example. Space.
Yeah, I just wanted to change the space,
a fresh space, a new something vibey. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I really want to like. This year with the podcast, I really, really want to just focus on just doing things the way that we want to do it now. Before I took over, like the podcast was just mine because I started one way. Now it was just me, and then I was figuring out, do I want this host? Do I want that host? Is it going to be us? Is it going to be this person? Is it going to be that? And then I just stopped, and I just said to myself, like, yo, it's a CheyTea podcast, and these are your hosts. Like, she's a host now. She's been here for a year. She's a host. So there's no sense of calling it like, this is my podcast. Like, this is our podcast. So that's what I said I'm going to change up with 2023. I said to you now, like, yo, we got to hold up more responsibility. It can't just be me. Because not that you made it just me, but I took it on my own because I didn't want to pile it on you because, again, you were helping me out due to the situation that I was in. So now it's like, I just want to start fresh with the podcast. I just want us to have a new start. I just want us to, build it together and like rebuild it and rebrand it 2.0 and just figure things out with us. And like you just be more hands-on, I be more hands-on instead of me leading this ship and like having to take on all of this on my own.
Yeah, don't worry, friends. We're keeping the name. It's not changing from CheyTea, you know?
Yeah, it ain't gonna be like Shy Lee or something.
No, that's
like
dumb. But I generally like besides the fact that like your name is like Shy, but like it works and like I like the name. It's like I wouldn't even
podcast. And sometimes I'm on here. Listen. I be sharing a lot of tea. Okay?
Listen, there's an A in there, so you already know the vibes. Just saying. But yeah.
And also too, can we start normalizing like making friends? Like you don't have to be like no new friends, or you can make new friendships.
It's hard to make friends. Like I'm gonna be honest here. It's hard to make friends with like other females. Like for me at least, because I feel like, and I'm just speaking from my opinion, I just think girls are just mean.
Yeah, some girls are
mean. And like trying to make friends with like other females is very hard because like some girls are just stink, and I'm just like, why? Like, why can't we just be friends?
I think...
Or, like, why is it so hard to be friends with a female without her dogging you in the end?
Yeah, I think at the end... I think throughout it all, I just feel... I mean, again, this is just my opinion. I just feel that the people who are mean is because they are judgmental of the fact that you are at a certain age, close to your 30s, in your mid-20s, or mid-30s, whatever your age may be, and you're looking for... Not looking, but you're wanting a friendship. Yeah. And it's like something's wrong with you because why are you this age and you don't have any real friends or you don't have friends around you? That may not be the case.
Maybe that person just never had friends to begin with.
Maybe it's just they want to add more.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean I don't have friends. That just means like I just want new people around me, like new ideas. When you have new people who what's the word? Like-minded. There you go. Thank you very kindly. When you have like people who are like-minded like yourself, and then you can also grow off of a person's opinion or grow from seeing a person's perspective, like from their point of view and like your point of view, and just coming together and just working off of each other, or just being like, yo, I never knew that. Like you can still learn something. Yeah. At your big age, you can learn something. So like, let's just normalize friendships, having friends, meeting new people. Like it's okay, especially like when you are like a mother. I'm not a mother yet, but manifesting it. But when you're a mother, like you want to meet new moms. You want to meet people that
somebody that you can bond with and like talk about.
That's relatable.
Granted, not to say that like your non-mom friends can't like help you out and have conversations, but it's also nice to have a friend who can relate to what
Who
exactly what you're going through,
understands? Yeah,
understands.
like we're around our nieces and nephews, but like
Yeah.
we haven't had children of our own yet.
Yeah.
So like we don't
You
exactly.
have friends that have kids.
Yeah,
So, like,
I listen. There's so much I can tell them, but at the end of the day, I can't really say too much because I'm not a mom yet. But that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to want to have some type of, like to meet other mothers or to know other mothers, so it's relatable, so you can get some tips and some tricks and some hacks and some this.
But that's like even being like us being dancers and stuff. Like at first for me, like it was hard to find like genuine, true like dance friends. Like some people who shared the same similarities as I did, the same interests that I did. Because majority of my friends weren't dancers. Like majority of my friends are not dancers. So being able to be a part of a team where I actually met like true, genuine, like close friends was fun. And normally before that usually doesn't happen. Because like usually from just my experience again, dancers usually just have their own cliques and they have their own friends. So for me, it was always hard for me to make friends in the dancer. But then like I realized that like unless I speak and kind of like put myself out there and talk and try to start a friendship, it's not going to happen.
How do you tell the person that you are intimate with that it's given small d energy?
Yeah, about small body. Sorry about it.
Can you be serious?
Okay.
This girl said sorry about it.
Honestly, I don't know. Because I've never had to do that.
You've never had to tell somebody that they like.
I've had to tell them that the intercourse was not enjoyable.
And how did that conversation go?
I mean, me and this person don't speak anymore, so there's that. But it was just more so like I kind of said it in a nicer way, only because like we weren't like beefing. Like it wasn't somebody like I hated or like not hated. Hate's a strong word. I disliked. So it was just more so like I just don't think our chemistry in that sense is really compatible. And yeah, like I just think we should just be friends. And that was just kind of how that went. And that friendship lasted 5 minutes.
So do you think that he stopped talking to you because of that conversation? Or
No,
do you think
I
he
think
stopped
there was other
talking to you
reasons.
because he wanted more, or he wanted to continue doing that with you and you weren't interested?
Yeah, it was that. That's what I think. I couldn't tell you because I've never gotten an actual answer to that, but I think that's probably why he stopped talking to me. Which, I mean, good at you.
It's so hard as a woman to...
But men are quick to tell us, like, if we're, like, not...
Yeah, and that's why it's like, it's so hard for a woman to say that, because then as a woman, if I tell you that I'm not enjoying it, it's like...
It's your fault.
It's attack
like, you're the
on
problem.
their manhood, and then I'm the problem. Well, if you weren't this, or your sitting is this, or
if you weren't doing this,
I'm loose, or whatever the case may be. Like, not that anybody has like could say that to my face, because absolutely not. But I've heard other people say that about a female who stepped to them and was like, "Yo, it wasn't hitting."
But I feel like if you care, like if this is somebody like you're with, like you care about, and like it's just not hitting right or whatever the case may be, I think that would be a different situation, a different scenario, because then you would explain, like, hey.
But you can still explain to the person that you're not necessarily in a relationship with.
But sometimes they take that as sometimes they get defensive.
Right, but either way, like I don't want to label it just yet as a relationship yet. I just want like a person that you are intimate with. It's hard for you to tell them that without them taking it as an insult.
Yeah.
And like you don't want it. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to affect you. It's going to bruise your ego, and in either way you put it, even as a woman,
yeah.
it would hurt
sting
me.
a little bit.
It's going to sting a little bit. But then, if I want to like change it, or if I want to make it better, or if I'm more interested in how I can please you in a way that it can satisfy you and myself, like I'm I will ask those questions. Like, what is it? Do you need me to do this? Like, what are you interested in when it comes to that department, instead of you taking it as an insult? You got to learn a woman's body. And I feel like men don't pay attention to a woman's body the way how a woman will pay attention to a man's needs.
But that gets too deep, though, because if this is just somebody that, for me personally, my opinion, if a man that I'm just doing certain acts with learns my body like that, that's dangerous to me. Like, I feel like you're just getting a little too close to my heartstrings.
But the more you have intimate interactions with this person, the more they're going to learn you.
Yeah, and then the worse and deeper in the situation that you get.
Well, you would hope that the person that you're intimate with is a person you want to be with.
Hopefully.
You would hope. I understand that not every scenario is like that.
Yeah.
But you would hope, if you're going to
would.
continue to do something.
Yes.
You're hoping that it goes somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it depends on your perspective. It depends on whatever you want, what your needs are. But I'm just saying that even when I wasn't in a relationship, I was very attentive to the man's needs. I paid attention to what he liked. I just read it more because that makes me as a woman, I pay attention to what I like, and like I know how I want to be pleasured.
I think if I care enough
how
about
I want to be
you,
pleasured,
or like if I like you enough, will all depend for me. Will all depends on how I make you happy in those situations. For me, like I have limits. Like I don't give too much to somebody that like I'm just casually doing this with. But if I genuinely like I want this to go somewhere further, then I change how I behave with you. Right. For me personally, I don't just be out here trying to give you the most and give you A1 day one from jump. No, we're not doing that.
No, exactly, and that's why I say like we pay attention to it more versus than a man, just because we're not in it just to get our and go. You know what I mean? Like, there's more to it. For them, it's like, whatever you are, whether you're quick, you're slow, whatever the case may be for you, like, they know how to get themselves
to where they need to be.
So that they're out. It is still something that you need to take time with a woman. So that's why I feel we pay a little bit more attention to those needs and how we want things to be done, because it takes time with us, per se. More time. Man, not a lot of time, but more time than a man.
Again, just opinion based, not facts.
Right. How do I say it? How do you tell a man how to please you down there?
There you go. We're working on it.
Give tongues.
That's a good question. I think I've only had to do that like a handful of times.
That's a lot of times.
I mean, reverse. Let me take that back. Twice. Let me just relax. Settle down, Aaliyah. Like twice. And honestly, I don't think I really said much. I think they just kind of well, for me, my experience, it just happened over time and they just got better. I don't know if they were just outside
doing it wrong,
practicing with the gal them, or like I don't know.
Practice
but
makes perfect.
Because one of them, I was their first time for them to do that. Yeah. And I never, you liar, because you did.
Yeah, most of you men are liars, but that's another day, another story.
Yeah, that's another conversation for a different video. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it just kind of just got better over time. Like I didn't really say much because I was still new to that kind of lifestyle. So I couldn't really tell you what to do because I personally didn't really know. But then for the second person, it was just more so like, it just happened in the moment where I just said, you need to do A, B, and C, and they just got better with time. Like I didn't have to say, this is how you do it. I think you just got to do it.
Yeah, I think
and you just realize if you're good or not by the woman's reaction. Right,
and it's okay to like ask a woman how she likes to be.
I think that's a little bit of a turn on, slightly.
It is.
For me.
Are you crazy?
Not slightly.
If you ask me how I want to feel, jeez, I'm already feeling it. Like I felt. It's a little jump. It's a little boost.
Oh, you know, a little jump.
It's a little doo-doo.
What did Dexter say? You wet fin, but you jump fin, man. Are you dumb? Anyhow, sorry. That just
This girl.
came into my head.
Yeah,
But if that happens,
like,
that's a good thing.
I like that, and it's okay. It doesn't make it seem like you're less experienced or you're not as
You
great
should
or
use
whatever.
that so you don't look stupid.
You're right, especially if you're unsure, you're uncertain of how you can do things. It's okay to ask and be like, "How do you like this?" Or like, you don't have to make it corny. Like, literally, just if we're having a conversation and like obviously you'll know when to bring it up. Like it's okay to bring that up and be like, "How do you like to be pleased? What pleases you? What fills your desires? What fills your cup?
What makes you happy?"
Yeah, like ask me that, and I will tell you. Okay,
I'll be like A, B, C, D, E, F,
listen,
G.
we could tell you. We could tell you
I'll
how.
speak.
I will tell you if you have a little bit of difficulty. If you say, "Yo, this is like it's cute," and it'll make. But I will direct you. Let me tell you something, and let me just tell you something right now, so you understand me. Just focus on the tilt.
What rhymes with tilt? Yes.
Leave it there because monetizing. Focus on the tilt. Focus on the tilt. That is what you will have fun. You can change the speed of the tilt. You can go slow with the tilt. You can go fast with the tilt. You can give me in between. You can give me a little. You can kiss it. You can do all the things, but focus on the tilt.
Getting a little PG-13.
I know, but that's just it. That's all I'm going to say is focus on the tilt. You can go around, okay? But, like, I don't need to feel like you're all over the place.
Like you're drowning
like
by now.
You don't need to be all over the place with your tilt, okay? Tilt is here.
Don't give teeter-totter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't give teeter-totter.
I felt like...
Yeah, like just, like don't do too much.
Yeah.
It's nice to just keep it
cute.
Keep it cute. Focus on the tilt.
We're working on our...
Yeah, I'm trying to.
This is funny.
Oh my goodness. When it comes to like your man though, like the person that you're with, have you had difficult times in bed within your relationship, situationship, the person that you were dating?
No. I don't think so. No.
Never?
I think we're all right. I mean, probably when like oh gosh, I hope my mother doesn't listen to this. Maybe like when the first time I touch road. That's what we're gonna call it. What? I'm trying to figure out like what wording to use, Brenda.
That's funny. The first time I touched road. Sorry.
I don't know.
Keep going now.
Anyways, so like the first time, I would say that would probably be like the one and only time I can remember where I'm just like, this ain't it. And like, which is weird because like obviously like I'm new here, but like you weren't.
Yeah.
So like maybe I don't know, maybe it was just a sense that I had, but like I knew it wasn't it when I touched road one more time again. And I experienced it with somebody else, and I was like, see it, I think this one feel like a different. The boot feel look a less snug. You know what I'm saying? The two of them now squeeze up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was given. So like I feel like that is probably like the one and only time where I can say like, okay, I had a bad experience. But disclaimer also, I'm not outside like that. But like, yeah, that was like the only time I could probably really think of. Like that kind of negative situation. Thank God, because those are probably very awkward conversations to have. But I feel like the person that you're with should know Wagwan.
Okay, so have you ever had to end a relationship because the person was bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like a
So why
situation.
but the situation, whatever.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you vocalize it to them?
I didn't want to because he was already bright enough and passing this place, so I felt like it didn't make sense for me to tell you that. There was more to the situation, so I felt like that was the least of your worries. So I just left that one out. If that was like the base of the reason why, then I probably would have brought it up. But because it wasn't, I was like, you can't go on.
Yeah, I think for the most part, for me, I was put in a situation where I had difficult moments with when I was in a relationship with this person, a previous relationship, and I didn't know how to tell him that it just wasn't good anymore. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was that
Maybe because he was nice.
He was very nice.
See, that's the
very,
problem.
very nice. He was a sweet guy, and like, he was always just so polite. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't say anything bad about him. He was just a nice guy, but at some point after a while, it wasn't fulfilling, and I was young, and I didn't know how to communicate it to him, and so I kind of just started to like dog him and just be like, which wasn't nice either. But there was stuff on top of it. The reason why I started doing that. So like, I don't want to make myself look bad, but at the end of the day, I was wrong on how.
Excuses for her.
Yeah,
ways.
I know. Shut up. I was wrong with how I went about things, but pretty much I didn't tell him that it was bad. I just kind of like tried every way possible to break up with him without telling him the reason why I was breaking up with him was because it was bad, and because of that, it kind of made the situation worse because he wanted to like work on it, and he's like, no, like, let's work on this, like, make it better. And then like, because he was so nice, I didn't want to hurt him, I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but I knew I wasn't interested in the relationship anymore. I knew I didn't want to do it anymore because it was like, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
But
and it
sometimes
just
that's what you have to say. Like, you just are not interested in this relationship anymore.
Exactly. I'm saying, I already said that I was supposed to say it and I didn't say it. But like, that was, I can explain to you why I did what I did, knowing and taking ownership and full accountability that it was wrong. I was young and it was wrong, but I just couldn't break his heart. So I just left him where he was until he got the hint, and I like moved on to somebody else. Cause it's like, no matter what I tried, he wasn't hearing me. Like, it just, he couldn't hear me say, I don't want to do this anymore. So I just, which wasn't right either way. But
Basically, is what she's trying to say.
what I'm really trying to say is, don't be afraid to communicate to the person that you are with that you're not being fulfilled. Because if you don't, it's going to create more problems, and then that chemistry that you need in that department will lack, which will lack the longevity of, or not lack, but it'll affect the longevity of your relationship. Because if we're going to be like truthful, that part is important.
It is, but I feel like when you also build like a connection outside of that too, that also helps.
Yeah,
that
it does.
connection
It
as
does.
well.
It helps, but sometimes if you don't
have no substance to the
right, but
relationship.
if you don't like you just said, if you don't communicate to somebody, that is going to affect the longevity of it. You can be a great person, we can have a great relationship, but why can't I tell you that this part of our relationship is not
they
as
both
good
have
as
to
the rest of
balance
it?
out with each other, because like without one, you're not gonna have good in the other one. I feel
Right. So I should be able to tell you. And that's my point. Like, say it. Say, like, yo, this is how I feel. This doesn't feel good. Like, just don't be afraid to vocalize it. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, the communication is key for all aspects of your relationship. For the entire relationship, you got to communicate it, good and bad, and be willing to fix it and take the criticism, both ends, man and woman, whomever you're with, right? You need to take that accountability. Whatever you specify as yourself, you got to be like, okay, I am going to take this, what's it called? Criticism. Constructive criticism. There you go. Sometimes I can't remember the words. You know what I'm saying? Constructive criticism. And I'm going to use this. And I'm going to apply this. And just as I'm applying things so I can keep in mind of your needs, I need you to do the exact same thing when it comes to my needs. Speaking of that now, when a man is finished, if he doesn't finish and he goes softer, does that make you question yourself, or do you question him?
me trying to figure out if I've been here before.
Yo, you're annoying.
I don't know, because it depends. Because I feel like, here, let's just play, like, let me just try to think of both sides here.
Okay.
I think for one, as a woman first, because I like to overthink situations sometimes, I personally might think it would be my fault, but then I would also, like, the other side of my brain would be like, wait a minute, like, it might not be you. It just might not be it tonight. Like, I feel like it just depends on what's going on and, like, what's
Depends
going
on the
on. And depends on the
circumstance.
circumstances.
Yeah.
Like, if man's been going at it and, you know, man's are tired, I'll go out in bed. Or, like, you know, like, it just depends on the person and the man. And, like, you're not really going to get that response or the answer or know why unless he's the one to tell you.
I think sometimes we take it.
And sometimes you take things too personal.
You take it too personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard
Like,
men say that, like, they have not finished and it's nothing to the woman. They're not doing anything. They're not.
It's just the body's
they're
just
not
not
cheating.
bodying.
It's just they know how to make themselves last without finishing quicker.
And I was about to say, or they just don't have to. They don't have to.
Yeah, they don't have to. They
They
just
can hold it.
Yeah, they're interested in, like, pleasing you. It's not an everyday thing that they need to, like, do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not a, like, now it shouldn't be like a continuous more than, you know, every single time. Then that's when I would be like, okay,
Maybe he don't like you.
but not maybe
Okay.
you don't. Yeah,
Maybe he's not. You're not.
but something
you're not
is
compatible.
Yeah. But if it happens once in a while, every few, like, in a blue moon, like, you know what I mean, once in a blue moon type of thing, like, it's okay for that. And I've heard other men talk about it. Like, I've listened to men say that, like, I just didn't finish. It's not anything to her. It's great. I go, like, it's nothing like that. It's just I've learned to pace myself to sometimes where I don't need to yet, or I'm good, or I can wait another round, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't need to finish right away.
Yeah. I saw on TikTok that a guy did a whole November situation for like 30 days. He didn't. And I was just like, I didn't even know you could go 30 days without doing those things.
Some men can, some men can't.
And I guess like he like trained himself and like made it a habit for those days to not do it. And I was like, wow, who knew? I didn't know that. Like, so like now that you bring that up, it kind of makes sense that like maybe they can, well, not maybe, they can really just not do it and like hold themselves and like be able to train their bodies to not be able to do it.
Right. It's just pacing themselves. That's all it is. And I mean, at the end of the day, if it's like I said, communication, if it's a constant pattern or if it's something that makes you feel some type of way,
That's a conversation that needs to
you
be
need to have a conversation about it. Don't be afraid to talk about it and, you know, be like, hey, this is a concern for me. This feels different for me. Like, I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
Is it something that it's me? Is it something I need to do for you? Do I need to do more of something for you so you can feel this way? You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to be in a situation where we don't say anything and then we lose the desire and then we end up cheating.
Or like breaking up.
Or breaking up.
Yeah.
Because it depends on your circumstance. Like, I mean, not necessarily has to be in this topic, but Gabrielle Union, she was in a previous marriage. She felt that because she made most of the money,
she paid all the bills. So
she paid all the bills. She can go do what she wants.
Oh my gosh!
I know that really doesn't go hand in hand, but it goes in hand with the communication.
Yeah, at least.
I just don't.
Yo, when I saw that, I couldn't believe that was real life. I was like, ain't no way she came on this good internet and said that the reason why I cheated or she felt validated to cheat and it was excusable was because she paid the bills. Or she felt obligated, sorry.
Because she paid
all
the
the
bills.
bills.
Do you know how wild that is? But you know what's crazy is that some men think that way and some women think that way.
No, but if a man did that to a girl, I can't believe he would do that. Da, 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 da. But now she did it.
Yeah, that's big up black women. Like, no.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like, I mean, like, low key, I was like, well, damn, girl, go off. But then in my head, I'm like, also like, damn, why didn't you just break up with him then?
That's my thing.
Like, I don't understand. Like, what was the Like, what was the purpose?
What?
Like, I mean, obviously, they ended up breaking up. But like, what was the reason?
Why?
Like, why?
You know what? I think what it is that because you feel like you are entitled. I think it also comes with a sense of entitlement, because I'm entitled to having good things. I'm entitled to feel good because I do all these good things for you, and because you are not doing it for me, I'm gonna go and get it elsewhere because I deserve it.
Then break up.
That's what I'm
say the
saying.
speech.
Like,
just say the same speech and break up.
and be done with.
Like, you didn't seem like you cared anyway, so
Practicing bad habits is just going to create a toxic environment for you in the long run. And then karma will serve you. And karma served her.
Oh, it did? I don't know much about her relationship.
I mean, Dwayne Wade cheated on her.
Oh, yes, he did.
Had a picnic.
Oh, yeah, it definitely served her. Yeah,
I mean, she stayed with him.
I know, but I
They
thought
worked
there was
it
more
out.
to it.
But I mean, karma will serve
karma
you
definitely served
in
her.
a way.
Yeah, karma
So,
definitely showed up at her
it
front
did.
door, knocking.
I just don't think it's worth it. Like that. Granted, if you're paying all the bills and you're doing this, then you agreed to doing that before anything.
We're gonna assume so that's what you agreed to.
Well, if she stayed with the man and she married the man and she was paying all the bills with the man,
She knew what she was getting herself into.
you knew what you were getting yourself into. At some point, you had an idea. It might not have went the way you would want it,
but you had an idea of what you were stepping into.
Exactly.
So
she had a sense
Yeah.
of that. So once you sense that, you don't need to stay.
I can't believe she did that.
Like, I wouldn't even, some things you don't need to tell the internet.
And that was one of them.
You know what I'm saying?
That was definitely one of them. You really didn't have to come out here and tell us that.
Like, keep it to yourself.
But
okay?
like, I don't know, man. These celebrity couples and all these celebrities and what they do, there's a big old question mark. It's just a question mark.
And then it's like when people come attack you or they come in your comments, you want to be like, why? Well, if you didn't tell us, then we wouldn't be here.
I've come to the realization that, like, people need to understand that, like, when you put it out there, you're inviting people. That's like you leaving your front door open.
And be like, come on in.
Like, come inside. Like, well, yeah, because you left the door open. So am I supposed to stand out here and look? I look like idiot. I'm gonna comment when you put your life out there, and obviously as celebrities, like, of course everybody's gonna be in your business, but like, you put it out there. No one told you to tell us that.
No, you could have definitely kept that one to yourself.
That was involuntary comments, stories.
You told me, and I didn't even ask.
I didn't ask.
And I understand she's being honest, or maybe she's like, maybe some women can relate, and blah, 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 blah. And I get all that, and I get it. But like I said, some things you can just keep to yourself.
Like, you know, like, the world knew Dwayne Wade cheated on you. Like, that's something we could talk about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's a conversation, but we don't have to.
Or you could be like, I previously had a past where I cheated or something. Like,
give us a brief story.
But don't come and tell me because you paid all the bills, you felt obligated. Like, holy.
Oh my
You didn't feel obligated to leave? Like.
One more time. She didn't hear you.
I don't understand. You didn't
Like,
feel
what?
obligation to get a divorce?
Granted, I think she's beautiful, and I've loved her since, like, Bring It On, but girl.
Yeah, some things are just.
Sometimes just But, that's what happens when you're outside and famous, I guess.
Yeah.
Just tell people your business, but.
Too much, but.
You know the vibes.
Well, that is it for today's episode.
This PG.
I mean, this was, but I mean, sometimes we get a little PG 13. 14.
14. You
know?
14.
But you already know.
You already know the vibes. Oh my gosh, you didn't do it. Like, comment, subscribe to the People DEM YouTube video.
Yes.
And subscribe to our channel. Thumbs it up. Click the bell button so you're notified every time we upload the visuals.
Yes.
Follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Give us that 5-star review because, Happy New Year. And follow us on Instagram, CheyTea Podcast. The girls have definitely been TikToking, so I'm going to need you to follow us on TikTok. And the girls, i.e., this girl, CheyTea Podcast. Basically, CheyTea Podcast, anyway you can think about, is what we do.
And download the episodes.
Yes.
Download the episodes. We had over 2,000 downloads this year.
Big purr.
So I am very thankful to each and every one of you who have downloaded our episodes. I'm very, very grateful for it. Oh gosh, look in the I'm very grateful for it. So please continue to download the episodes.
Thank you.
Like the videos. Play them while you're in the shower. Play it wherever
just let it run.
The car on the way to work. Let it run up a little bit. And yes, continue to support the CheyTea Podcast because it means so much to both of us. So we are out.
Peace and
Goodbye.
blessings.